So we're back for the second time. So hopefully this time we can get the lovely Paula on. You can tell this is like a new bit of tech for me, can't you? Maybe there's a way to like get together. Hang on, let me type this in truly. Maybe there's a way for me to kind of like do this so that we're connected before we go live. I can see her here, so hopefully she can see soon. Yay! We did it! Go on! Paula.
I know. I was going, I can see you. I just can't get on.
So, and here's a myth right here, yeah. People who run online businesses are really techie. No, we're not.
That's definitely a myth. That is definitely a myth, especially with me. I get other people to do it for me, and then I try and figure it out.
Yeah, I think maybe we're just like more confident. We'll just be like, we'll figure it out. Well, there's got to be a way.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the thing with all this sort of, you rely on technology so much, and then there's always new things coming along. It's always something new to learn, and you get used to something, and then all of a sudden that's gone, and then something new starts, and it's like, oh my God, it's never ending.
Yeah, I think I sometimes wonder if we just get used to being uncomfortable and be
Do you know
well,
what?
it's not going to work first time, but that's fine.
I totally agree. I just got some new software for my podcast. So I spent all day trying it because I knew that I was so used to the old style of stuff. Do you know what I mean? And I just realized it wasn't the better quality. I'm so used to Zoom. Zooms isn't really a thing when it comes to, because everything's going on YouTube now. So it's kind of constantly learning, constantly thinking about new technology. But yeah,
it is. Oh well, we jumped straight in, but let's just like do a bit of an introduction. So obviously you run an online business, but do you just want to tell us who you are in a couple of sentences, who you are, where you are, and what your online business is? Because I love what you do. I love following you on Insta.
It goes back at you. So basically, my name's Paula Barnes. I have a whole lot of travel things that I do. So I do a podcast. I've got 3 websites. So I blog. I am a content creator. So I'm on everything from YouTube to obviously Instagram to TikTok. And so I travel 70% of the year. I currently live in Singapore, and I also have a Singapore destination. So I have like a little media company here that I run, as well as all the travel stuff I run overseas. That's me.
I saw that pop up the other day. It was like, and here's some stuff about Singapore. And you said something like, and when I'm not here, I've got a team on the ground who keep my Singapore stuff going. I was like, you literally all over the world all the time. Like,
yeah, but I mean, it's something that I never thought I could do, because I just thought someone my age just doesn't do that sort of stuff. And I think that's definitely a myth, right? Because the older we get, the more we realize we can do anything.
Yeah. And the same, it's similar. Like one of my myths was like, running a property business from Abu Dhabi as an expat stay-at-home mum. Like expat mums don't do this kind of things. It's like for the dads. It's like for the people who are working full time. And granted, there's not a lot of people who do it, but it certainly isn't impossible. But I told myself that for ages.
Yeah.
So go on. So we're playing online business myth bingo. So what other myths have you got that you hear all the time then?
I hear that, I mean, because I've been an expat for 18 years, and I hate the word trailing spouse. It's an awful word. So it's a accompanying partner, I guess. And so my husband's work takes us from country to country, and I always thought that I wouldn't be able to work, because I did have a business in Hong Kong, had to sell it, had to get rid of it, because we were moving all the time. So I thought that I would never be able to work again, because we travel so much. And I've realized over time, as long as it's online, you can work anywhere, at any time of the day, in any country, you know.
Yeah, and it's amazing how many different types of things are available. Like I think you said you didn't think that this would be like possible for you, but like 3 businesses, Paula, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's mind blowing, considering it started as a hobby, just writing a blog for fun. and as about expat life that ended up being my full-time job. This is my full-time job.
Wow.
So yeah.
I love that. Isn't it amazing how you can, and maybe this is a myth actually that I'd not thought about. Like, if you're really passionate about something, if it's something you really enjoy, you kind of like don't actually think that that can be your main thing. You kind of like maybe think that's got to be a side thing. Like, probably sounds silly, but property for me was like, it was a passion project. I just, was
Yeah.
brought up in rented accommodation, like being able to be a landlord and provide homes. It's just something that I get a lot of joy and fulfillment out of. But I think you kind of almost, it feels weird to like love what you do so that it doesn't feel like work
Work.
almost, but that's
Yeah.
okay, isn't it?
It is okay, but it does blur the line sometimes because when you're
Mm,
traveling, I'm I've never been a workaholic. My background's in HR, and so it was always about work-life balance. I work all the time, but I don't feel like I'm working. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Because I love it. So it
yeah,
doesn't. So I feel like maybe that's a myth that
yeah.
someone that they consider as a workaholic is really isn't a workaholic if you love doing what you're doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It totally makes sense. And I find myself thinking about this a lot because I love what I do. And it's like when you can run your business from your phone as well, you can just squeeze things into little bits of time that would normally be unproductive. But um like I think one myth is that you've got to be available 24/7. And maybe this is sort of like what you were saying, like you don't have to be available 24/7. You can set your own boundaries. And
Mm,
that could be working at 5 a.m. if that's what you want to do, or it could be
yeah,
working in the middle of the afternoon. Like it's kind of like you don't have to be
yeah.
available 24/7 and you can work whenever you want to.
And you don't have to work 9 to 5.
Mm,
I was never that 9 to 5 person. Even though I worked 9 to 5, I never loved working 9 to 5. I was
mm,
more of a, you know, it's funny because when you have your own business, you know this as well, right? When you have your own business, you think that, okay, I'm going to have all this time off. But when it's your own business, you don't really need to or want to because
yeah,
you like it. And so you can get up at 5 in the morning and do some work, go off to yoga or go for lunch with someone and then come
yeah,
back and work until 10 o'clock at night. Like that's another, I think, myth is that you have to, when you're working online, you have to be available 24/7. You're
yeah,
right. You put blocks in place. That's what technology is for. You've got
yeah.
Calendly to give people your calendars, so I think working online for me, it suits me 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've got a confession out this morning. So I was meant to be sending some emails this morning because I was doing like a live webinar this afternoon, and I had to send the emails to invite people and all that kind of stuff. And this morning, my daughter said, "Oh, Mum, can you do my hair? I really want you to braid it and rebraid it." And she's got 4B kinky coily curls, and that isn't like a 5 minute exercise. And I was like, like I'm going to do the live, but I'm not going to do the emails and all that stuff this
Yeah.
morning. Like it
Because you
means
can.
that people get the replays,
Yeah.
replays rather than like join live. But like
It's
that's
all right.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay.
That
It's
is true. It's so true.
oh, so the other thing I wanted to ask you about, which
Yeah.
hopefully the guys online will find really useful, and I'm fascinated to hear what you say here as a
Yeah.
traveling 70% of the time person. Some travel hacks, like you're running your business from all over the world. What are some hacks that you've got for how to make this location-free life work for you?
I think first you need to figure out what you want to do. You find your
Hmm.
niche, you find out what kind of online work you want to do, and then from there you can build it, right? So, you need to have, once you have established, I don't know in your business, but in my business, excuse me, once you've been established and when you can start seeing some returns, you can then start looking at virtual assistants,
Hmm.
virtual teams, because the more you can do yourself, the more someone else can do for you, the better it is for you to free up for other stuff. So it allows you to travel. It allows
Yeah,
you to, be in these wonderful places and enjoy these places as well as working. Like sometimes I'll open the laptop and look over and there's a beautiful jungle, or I open my laptop and I'm in the middle of the desert. Like they're the amazing things that allows online working, to be realistic and you be able to do it. But the one thing I would say is that it's not all just travel. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, you do actually have to put the hours in to get when you first start. It's the hustle, hustle, hustle. Things don't come overnight. But if you have the right mindset, you have the right niche, things will come to you, because you'll get the
yeah,
right audience, you'll get the right brands, you'll get the right people wanting to work with you, and be authentic. In this
yeah,
sort of industry where there's thousands, millions of people doing the same thing, be authentic, be yourself, because the people that follow you or the people that join in your community are the people that want to hear what you've got to say. You don't want to duplicate or replicate someone else, because that's not the people that you want in your
Yeah.
community anyway.
Yeah, totally. I love that. I love that. I'm curious, with you traveling so much, how do you like, do you have any sort of like routines or things that you
Mm,
do just kind of like keep you sort of like grounded? So
yeah.
someone said to me the other week, I found it fascinating. She said, "Oh God, Julie, your life's so unstable. Like you've got children as well, and your life's so unstable." And I was like, well, we might change the scenery a lot, but I don't feel unstable. I know we've got like just weekly, daily routines. So we try and do, say, 10,000 steps a day, and like we have film night on a Thursday. Like, have you got sort of like
Yeah.
things like that just to keep you grounded and like homes wherever you are?
Absolutely. I think no matter where I am in the world, when I get up in the morning, I'm an early riser. So I'll get up at
Hmm.
5 and I will do some work in the morning, and I will do at least 20, 30 minutes of yoga just to
Hmm.
start my day. And then I'm off. But the day can be the type of industry that I'm in, it can be so different every day. But I do commit to every morning a couple of
Hmm.
hours doing emails and anything else. And in the evening, I sit back and do, your content creations. And sometimes I might create content and schedule it out for weeks in advance if I know I'm traveling. And
Yeah.
I never do it like I used to do it, and it used to be crazy, which, you know, you can burn out this way, is that do everything every day, but you
Mm.
can't. So if I schedule, say, 3 days in advance, so if I'm in Japan, for example, and I know that I've got to cover a week of Osaka, I will start Osaka on day 4 of my travels, so that I don't have to be posting every day, every day, every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as long as I have a schedule of getting up in the morning and getting into those emails, because they can get out of control.
Yeah.
That,
Yes.
they can get out of control. And just doing something for myself, whether it's yoga, whether it's a walk, whether it's something, I have to do something, because otherwise I could sit at a computer for hours and do nothing and
Yeah.
not do
Yeah.
constantly work. So
Yeah.
it's the balance, right? It's the balance of committing. It's so erratic, the scheduling that I do. So like with my podcast, I do bang,
It's
bang, bang,
amazing.
right?
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
when I'm in Singapore, or when I'm in Australia, because I'm in Sydney quite a lot with the kids, I will record a whole week so that I don't stress while I'm away, and I don't have to worry about internet connection, and I don't have to worry about if it'll go, if things will
Hmm.
load and quality and all that sort of stuff. So each week, it's hard to say because each week is so different, but Monday morning, scheduling. I schedule everything for the week.
Yeah.
That's probably my main.
Oh, we're so similar. Like, work batching is just like, it's definitely a hack. It's so important. We're in I was going to say we're in Singapore. We're not. We're in Thailand at the moment, and I've been doing this.
Oh, you're in Singapore. You'd be
I'm in
here with
Singapore.
me.
No, I'm not. Sometimes I have to pause. Like, where are you? Where?
Yeah.
Especially like over the summer when I was speaking to you and we were traveling through Central Europe. Like, where? Central Asia, sorry. Like, where
Yeah.
am I? I'm in the Stan. Right, I'm in the Stan. But yeah, I've been doing this kind of mini series this week for people who want to grow a property portfolio in the UK from outside of the UK, and I do this once or twice a year. And normally I host it live, and it's quite interactive. But this year, from Thailand at the moment, it's been rainy season. There's like crazy storms all the time. Like you can't plan
Yeah.
for them. There's like a
Yeah.
tannoy that goes off here quite frequently, which is really lovely.
Yeah.
But I just thought, I just can't handle the stress and the drama. So I was like, it's going to be recorded, and it's not going to be live. And
Yeah.
and I suppose that was batching, so then I could like batch record it. But it's definitely a hack I love as well.
Yeah. I think you also have to be prepared for those sort of things, right? It's
Mm,
like sometimes it just doesn't happen, and then you have to be prepared to do it another day or another way, or that's just the industry that we're in online. So
yeah,
I
yeah,
was traveling all through Italy. Oh my gosh, all through Sicily. And could I get any internet connection? I was starting to
really,
get super frustrated because I was trying to download stuff and upload stuff, but you just need to think of plan B. What's plan B? Okay, I can't put anything up today. What can I put up? Or, I can't get to these emails today. You know what? I will just do my best to try and find somewhere tomorrow that I can do them.
mm,
So
I'm
I know
curious.
what.
This is totally off tangent, but I know you went to Bhutan recently, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
What was the internet access like in Bhutan?
Great.
Asking for a friend.
I know, great. I was so
Yeah.
shocked. I actually thought I would struggle, and that's why I
Mm,
actually allowed myself the whole week to do minimum. I
hmm.
had just scheduled everything so that I would just do a couple of things here and there and just answer emails. But the
Mm-hmm.
speed was so good. I was like, actually, I could have done some work, like proper work, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm fascinated to hear you say that, because I mean, I just find the internet in Asia amazing. Like Central Asia, like Kyrgyzstan, we were in yurts, amazing internet,
yes,
like all through Tajikistan and Kazakhstan, and then we're in Nepal. We were literally on the top of a mountain, 3,500 meters. Like I've had the best internet I've had anywhere. Like Asia and internet is just
yeah,
amazing. Like conversely, I've had ridiculous internet in say the UK ones, when I had to stand on a table and lean into the corner of the
yeah,
room just to be able to get my emails. And it's like people assume that it's like that in Asia. I'm like, no,
yeah.
the countries where people assume the internet's going to be the least is normally tends to be the best I find.
Yeah, I think we're spoiled here in Asia because when I'm in Sydney and when I was trying to do all the recording not long ago, the internet was awful. Like it was really
Yeah.
awful, and that you would think I'm set up properly in Sydney, you know, with my own little, you know, I'm not going to say studio, but pretty much got everything happening. But the internet's awful, really
Yeah.
awful. So now I try to just do it here because I can
Oh.
rely on it here. But yeah.
Oh, well, thank you so much for joining me today and
Thanks
talking
for
online business myths and hacks for anyone else who wants to travel. So just before we head off, tell everyone where they can find you. Where are you going next, and where can people find you who want to know more?
Yeah, so I'm heading off on Thursday. I'm just doing
Oh.
a very short trip to Ipoh in Malaysia.
Oh my God.
I've not been, do you know, I lived in Malaysia for 3 years and never went to Ipoh. So I'm actually quite excited to just do some food. I'm looking forward to
Mm.
food and stuff there. So that,
Just Depot, are you flying in and out, or are you going to go to
yeah,
Malacca or any other places? In and out?
no, I'm just in and out because the next week I've got a 3-day, 2-night in Langkawi.
Oh,
And so this month is a little sporadic, just doing local stuff until next month, because next month's a big month. Um, but you can find me on all types of stuff. So I'm Truly Expat Travel.
mm-hmm,
I'm also Singapore Truly. And
mm-hmm.
I'm also
Yeah,
Truly Expat Travel podcast. So you can find me on all those 3 platforms, all everywhere from LinkedIn to, you know, to YouTube these days. So yeah, I'm everywhere.
super. Oh, well, thank you so much. And if anyone wants to know where I am, obviously I'm here on Instagram as well. And I'm all about UK property. I'm running UK property as an online business. I'm potentially going to be in Malaysia as well in a few weeks. So maybe we might
Wouldn't
have
that be
to catch up in the DMs and maybe meet up
fun?
in I don't know, Singapore. Or we're not going to be in Ipoh, but we potentially will be maybe in Penang or something like that. So.
I might be in Penang. It's tentative at the moment. Wouldn't that be fun?
Ooh,
That'd
right
be
then.
fun. I'm excited. But
There you go. Go on.
also don't forget that
Hmm.
people can listen to your episode on my podcast, which was a really great episode about the Silk Road. That was very
Yeah,
interesting.
I really and like I should know this, but do you help people book trips if they want to book trips as well, or do you just share the inspiration?
I do that as well. That's
Mhm.
another little side thing that I do. Just tours. So if anyone wants to do like a 3-day tour or month tour anywhere around the world, I can book that
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, and having just spent in Central Asia for like a few months, it's so accessible for anyone in this part of the world. Like I'm banging the drum for like go to Central Asia, Uzbekistan, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Go to Paula to book you Uzbekistan memories, like blew my mind. But yeah, all
Definitely.
that's on your podcast for all the details on that.
Definitely. Thank you
Oh,
so much
well,
for having me. It's been amazing. Um,
thank you for being such a good sport and coming on with me and trying out this tech, which I didn't think I could use when we first started.
I know. I do know it's my first live, so I'm a newbie. So thank you for having me. This is a really great platform, actually. I was a bit nervous coming up. Me, of all people, being nervous. I'm always on camera, but I felt a bit nervous because I didn't know the new technology. Like I didn't know what I was doing. But yeah, you made it
You
very
do
easy.
now?
So thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, enjoy your evening, and yeah, watch the space. Maybe we'll be meeting up soon.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thanks, Paula. Have a good
Bye.
evening.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, now how do I press exit? Let's see. How do we? Bye.